guys, welcome to another episode of the Movie League. Today we will be talking about Annihilation that dropped on Netflix a couple of days ago.
Otherwise known as artistic constipation. That's what it should have been called.
Well, we clearly know what you think about it.
Well, yes. It had potential, but just never came out.
Didn't come out properly. It was a turtle. Anyway,
wasn't it meant to go to the cinemas first, or did it and Netflix bought it?
I think this one was always meant to come out on Netflix.
No,
I don't know. There was a whole mystery about it.
I think it got a limited release and then went straight to Netflix, and I can understand why.
Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, that makes sense.
It wouldn't be a popular movie at the cinemas.
Okay, well, yeah. Ex Machina didn't go to movies either, did it?
I can't remember. But it's made by Alex Garland, was it?
Yes, yeah, he did Ex Machina.
He wrote Sunshine too, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's done quite a few movies that we like.
Such a shame he did
Dread.
this one.
Oh, okay. Let's get into it.
You're getting the feel of how this review is going to go now.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, so the movie opens with an asteroid hitting a lighthouse.
Yes. That's pretty much. And then it's like pretty bubble. It's like someone blew a bubble and just...
It's like a soap bubble.
Yeah.
A giant
detergent.
soap bubble.
Lots of detergent.
Yes.
So after the bubble, we're introduced to Natalie Portman, who plays the lead character, Lena.
Mm-hmm.
So she is ex-military, which we later discover.
Yep.
And her husband is still currently in the military. She's now a biology teacher. And yeah, just like shows the start of... Like, it's been a year since her husband has been missing. So it's like showing how she's dealing with it.
KIA, was it?
Yeah, so he was killed in action. So they don't... Like, that's how she thinks that he's gone. I think she kind of low-key still believes that he's out there, though. So that's why she never kind of fully moves on.
Yeah, and you see that in the scene with her and the other teacher where you get, like he's inviting her somewhere. And
yes.
she's like, oh,
no. Yeah, she's still, like, waiting on him.
And then she goes home and paints her house. Or paints her room. That's what she's like,
yeah.
No, I'm going to paint my room.
So sassy.
Yes.
Anyway, and then in that scene, the husband randomly reappears.
Comes up the stairs.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, I'm back. Not really.
But he's not really.
No.
And that's Oscar Isaacs?
Yeah.
Isaac, yeah.
Yeah. So he returns and she very quickly realises that he's not himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he becomes very sick.
Yes, he gets pretty sick pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how she kind of gets tumbled into this, because they're on their way to the hospital, and then all these military people show up and, you know, put her to sleep with some kind of sedative, and she wakes up
hectic
in the bubble, or no, near the bubble.
Near the bubble.
Near the bubble.
Yeah, so they have this, like, would you say government base?
Secret military installation.
Like, you don't quite know what is.
Yeah.
So there's a base there, which is outside of the shimmer, which we like to call the bubble.
Yes.
And it's essentially...
I think this movie is about people that are in a bubble.
Oh! Woo! Realisation! We figured it out.
Yeah.
So basically she is then pretty much just wants to find out what happened to her husband.
Yep.
That's like the whole story. She just wants to know what happened to him in this bubble.
Yes. With a lot of pretty pictures and colours and...
Visually amazing.
Yeah. Some really cool scenes.
Yes.
It's a shame that's not backed up by anything, I don't know... Substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially what happens is she joins this girl gang that's going into the bubble.
Yep.
To find out what it is. They've already sent in, what, like three...
They sent heaps of people in there.
Yeah, to test it.
And they've never sent an all-women group, so they thought this might be...
Maybe
this will work.
Yeah. And no one's ever come out except for her husband, which is like kind of, it's like, that's interesting. Kind of makes you intrigued as well, I think. That's what I found.
I'm like, I really didn't care.
You didn't? No. Didn't pull you in?
I'm like, I think at the moment that, I don't know, it was just, they got to the bubble, and it's like the part where they say, oh, we're going to try an all-women team now. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And they're like physicists, biologists, psychologists, and they've all got military training.
They all know how to use a gun. Like, that doesn't work.
Well, I would have thought, like, it would have been a little bit more realistic if the physicist, who seemed like the most, like, introverted, was a little bit clumsier with the gun. She looked like she was just clumsy. She was very proficient with the gun.
I think her name's Tessa Thompson. She was in Thor as well.
Yes,
yeah, which I was so glad that I saw her in this because I actually preferred
That's
her
where
in
she was
this.
from. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, she was a Valkyrie in Thor.
Yes, that's right.
I preferred her so much more in this because she played that character really quite well. Because she was very like subdued, didn't really have many lines, which I kind of liked because she shouldn't.
I found the characters were just really hollow.
They were so bland. Like the only character that was really good, which is Natalie Portman, because she's always good.
Maybe that was the point. Like everything around them was so colourful, and they had to be boring.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So they had to be black and white while everything else was colour.
Hey, that's kind of cool. I like that.
And the whole thing about the bubble being a prism genetically, and one comes in and.
So that's what they discover is that the bubble inside replicates whatever goes inside the bubble. So the other thing that they mention is that the bubble's expanding, right?
Yes.
So it's forever absorbing like the area that it's growing.
Yeah.
So then all the creatures become like interspecies. All the flowers are all like off the same root, and they become like a million different flowers. They become
a fruit salad of a genetic
fruit
salad.
Yes. Which I actually, at the time, I was like, what? But then the more that I thought about it, it was really, I actually really, really liked the idea. Especially when, I've completely forgotten her name. I think it was Harper, the first girl that dies.
I can't remember.
Anyway, this first girl gets taken by this, wolf creature.
She was the most interesting one.
The one that lost the daughter.
Yeah, she was the most interesting character. And she died first. Yeah, I found her way more interesting.
Than anyone else.
I'm like, what's your deal?
Yeah, because she was very quiet.
You were really friendly to Lena, but you seemed like you had something.
But then she got
then
killed.
She dies. She was the most interesting character.
I really liked Tessa Thompson's line that she said so what happens is they hear her out in the field later on at night time.
Yeah.
And then you later discover this creature comes in. It's hard to explain, but this creature comes in and it's got her voice in its, like, when it
you can
breathes.
See it's like, it's a bear, but it's got like a human skull fragment up in its head.
Weird. But, so and the thing that Tessa Thompson says as a character, she goes, it's sad that the last thing that her body had, like, was fear.
Yeah.
And then that's what the animal that was eating her got from her and then kept that. Because that's how, like, the DNA is being taken from them.
Yeah.
I thought that was so interesting because that creature was creepy as.
It was just a bear with a messed up face.
Yeah, but like it was, like the noises it made, like as her,
it
was
screaming like
eerie.
human.
Yeah.
I didn't find that.
I thought that was really smart though.
I don't think there was anything creepy about this.
It wasn't like creepy. It was just like I just thought that was really cool.
I think artistically it had some really cool scenes, but it just didn't have any emotional impact for me or any make any sense really.
Yeah, there was bits of it that made sense.
The end scene with the what do you call it? The lycra dance suit.
The lead weird. Oh yeah, because the psychologist. So that's another thing that I want to touch on. Dr. Ventress.
Yes.
The actress, was in The Hateful Eight, and she got nominated for so much for The Hateful Eight because she is an incredible actress. Let me look at my notebook because I've got her name on here. Jennifer Jason, that's it.
What's that page?
She was nominated for so many things, and this movie, she was so bland.
Well, maybe that was the point. All the characters had to be bland, so the surroundings could come out. She was terrible. It kind of reminded me of Arrival, the same kind of acting.
Same sort of feel.
Really boring people.
Quiet,
like nothing. You don't feel like you're in the fight with them. Like you want them to succeed. In this movie, I kind of felt like Natalie Portman
was the only one.
I didn't even care I didn't care what happened to her. I'm not engaged in this character at all.
Sad. Oh, she had a little bit of drive for me. Like I wanted her to find out what happened to her husband.
No, I kind of felt like from the movie, it felt like she was in it for herself. Like she wasn't there for her husband.
Yeah, she kind of just wanted to like be involved in what he was involved in.
Or like just I don't know. I couldn't see her as being there to try and find a cure. It was like, she just wanted to find out what it was. Stuff is happening. Yeah. We'll go here and we'll go there. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. I feel like she was driven. But anyway, so the end scene with the little lead alien.
Yeah.
So
Cancer.
Doctor in a morph suit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Anyway, Doctor Ventress like finds the source. She goes to the lighthouse. They get there, and then she just like disintegrates into this blob.
Well, wait a second, because she you find out that she had cancer.
So did she become like a cancerous cell?
Well, because she has cancer, maybe the creature uses that to
Replicated.
grow. Because I don't know. At the beginning of the movie, Natalie Portman's all talking about how she's studying cancer or cells. How they
Yeah,
replicate.
which is a point that she
So maybe it's kind of they're trying to draw a parallel between cancer and the bubble and the alien.
I
et cetera.
didn't get how, like, because a piece of her, like, blood falls into this bubble and then it creates this little lead alien.
Well, a replica.
Which is meant to be her.
Yeah.
Which then only becomes her when she touches it.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so weird because they did this whole, like, mirroring, like, I want to get out, so I'm going to mirror you. But then the alien was like, no, I'm different.
And then they ask her, what did it want?
Yeah. I don't know.
Did it want to kill you? It's like, that's how I feel about this movie. I don't know.
But then the other thing that's very interesting about that end scene, because essentially she gets out, they're questioning her about what happened in the bubble. And
well, that's playing out through the entire movie.
Yeah, so there's little snippets of that.
Yeah.
So she's answering questions very much like her husband did, which as you discover in the end, sorry, spoilers, the husband, he doesn't actually get out. He's the replica gets out.
Yeah.
So then, in the end, she's answering the questions very much like he did. When she was questioning him at the start, she's like, where were you? And he's like, I don't know. What did you do? I don't know.
Yeah, because he was told by the husband to go and find Lena.
Yeah, so he knows her somehow. Like, he just knows.
Yeah.
But then at the end, the other thing that they touched on, which they zoomed in very clearly on, was that at the start, so when the husband takes a sip of his drink, there's blood in it, and that's how you know he's sick.
Yeah.
When she took a sip of the water at the end, there's no blood in it, so it's like, oh, it must be her. But then she goes and like sees her husband again, and he's all good once they kill this shimmer.
Yeah.
And they hug each other, and both their eyes are like weird.
They're both replicas.
But then that doesn't make sense.
Body snatchers.
But then that didn't make sense to me. So I was like, oh, it's actually her. No, it's not.
I really don't care enough to dissect this movie any further.
I clearly do, because I had a lot of questions. Which, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I've made my opinion on this. I don't feel either there or here or there, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't enjoyable for me. It wasn't engaging either. I mean, the pictures were okay. They're really pretty and stuff like that.
Pretty pictures.
But it just wasn't enough story for me.
I agree with that.
There wasn't.
There wasn't.
It was reminded me like of a student art house film where they just were testing out all these new like special effects and stuff like that just to make things pretty.
Yeah. It was very minimal storyline.
Which I understand why it wouldn't be popular. Wouldn't be popular at cinemas.
It wasn't big enough. It wasn't.
There wasn't a story.
Well, like
it was like an experimental film.
Yeah, which I like them. Like, I liked Melancholia.
Some of them.
Like, I liked
some of them. Some of them are good.
Yeah, but this one wasn't.
This one I can't say it was.
Just bursted your bubble?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think these people are still very much in their bubble.
I liked it. I'm going to put that out there. Very basic storyline.
What storyline?
She just wants to find out what happened to her husband.
Okay.
That's literally it.
That's the only thing.
Literally it.
So should we do our
ratings?
Popcorn ratings.
Did it pop for you, Rod?
No, don't ask me first. I'm going second.
Okay.
What would you give it?
Look, I went on to IMDb and rated this one.
Oh, you actually felt enough to go on there?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, because I felt like... I mean, I talk really highly of it, but I felt like...
What's the IMDb rating?
This morning when I checked, it was 7.4.
That's pretty.
And I felt that was too high.
There you go.
So then I went on and rated it 6. So I give it 6 pops. It just popped for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed it enough.
I'm going to be kind. I'm going to give it 4.
Oh, that's being kind?
That's being kind. I was going to give it 3.
Oh, it's even worse.
Well,
goodness.
Not everyone has to agree with me.
No, that's okay. We're all entitled to our opinion.
If you could enjoy it, I'm glad you could.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that I'd like chuck on and be like, oh. I mean, I wouldn't watch it again. But
there you go. I think rewatchability is very important.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it while I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and Don't leave us too many hate comments.
Don't hate.
But yeah, so that's our review of Annihilation, Artistic Constipation.
What a hefty review that was.
It was,
good.
but tune in next week, guys. We'll have a little mini episode hopefully during the week as well. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and if you want us to cover anything in particular, send us a message.
Yeah, we're also going to try and set up Twitter if I can figure it out.
Yes.
Not up with the...
So we're going to be making a lot more content, hopefully, and a lot more stuff that you can follow.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.